Yesterday, failed gubernatorial candidate from Arizona, Republican Kari Lake, appeared on Charlie Kirk's podcast where she elaborated on a very weird thing that she had suggested at CPAC, which is that the Republican establishment has apparently offered to bribe her to leave politics forever. Now, she hinted at that during her CPAC speech, and she elaborated on it during the podcast with Charlie Kirk. And here's what she said. This is one of the weirdest things, honestly, I think I've ever heard. And that's saying a lot coming from a Republican. I'm not going to get out of politics because I'm not going to let the same people who stole this election take our movement away and silence us. I don't know for sure who they are, but I have an idea who they are. And I think it's more of the, I hate to say it, the rhino wing of our party. They are trying to make MAGA go away. They don't want America First candidates. And it's kind of like the mafia making you an offer you can't refuse, but I refused the offer, and the next offer may not be a friendly one, if you know what I mean. So I kind of put that out there, a little bit of a life insurance plan, if you will, to let people know. So Kari Lake mentioned at CPAC that the Republicans are trying to get her out of the party, but she only mentioned that in case the next offer is, we're going to kill you? Is that what you're trying to imply, Kari Lake? The Republican mafia, as you put it? Do they have a hit out on you? This is nuts. We have, in my opinion, we're entering the territory of paranoid delusions with Kari Lake. Okay, this is no longer just a grifter out there trying to prolong her loss so that she stays in the limelight and gets invited on the Charlie Kirk show. If she believes what she is saying here, then this is somebody who could be suffering from paranoid delusions. If you genuinely think that there is a so-called Republican mafia prepared to whack you, all because what? Why? You're out there saying the election was stolen? There's plenty of other Republicans saying elections were stolen. They're all wrong, but none of them have been targets of the Republican mafia. They're not being made offers that they can't refuse. None of this makes any sense, but as I've started saying recently, maybe we ought to start looking at these not as talking points, but as symptoms. Symptoms of a bigger problem. I think Kari Lake at this point might be buying into her own delusions and actually starting to believe this crap that at one point I firmly believe she knew was a lie. Much like Donald Trump. It was very clear immediately following the election he knew he lost. And I say that because those closest to him in the White House said that. But the more he bought into the lie, the more he listened to people like Rudy Giuliani, the more he actually started to believe it himself. Every time he repeats it, he's reaffirming it to himself. And Kari Lake has now, in my opinion again, kind of entered the same territory. She's repeated the lie so much that even though the public doesn't believe her, she now believes her. She has gaslit herself into believing these crazy things. And now she's out there saying that the Republican mafia is going to make her an offer she can't refuse, and it's not going to be a friendly one. And that's why she took out that so-called life insurance policy during CPAC by letting people know. So if something happens to Kari Lake, just know it was the Republican mafia that decided to only target her when there's a ton of other election-denying Republicans out there. That makes total sense, Kari. Please keep spreading that ridiculous rumor because I'm sure it's definitely going to help you in future elections.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.